8 p.m. and there's traffic, but it's a lovely evening, so I think a lot of people are trying to do stuff. There's some boats down by the pier. I'm going to head down there and I'm going to shoot some shots. I'm going to use a load of different Fuji simulations to show off the jb-xlr plugin. Always bad enough for traffic anyway, but this event is actually making it worse. And I am heading towards the Keys, Spanish Arch. So I'm just going to pull out a few shots with different film simulations, and I'm going to run the plugin with them and have them automatically connect. So the sun has popped in behind some clouds anyway, and I shot a bunch of shots of different boats and things like that just to have a variety of different film emulations. So I'm going to get back to the computer now and just show you the plugin in operation, where it'll automatically detect the correct one and apply it instead of having to trying to manually remember what did I shoot that with again. Show you how easy it is to use. So I shot a bunch of shots here with various different ones. You can see down here that that's leg standard. So there's two leg standards there, leg high. Now obviously I don't know what these are, some classic chrome as well. I've gone through a few different things, Belvia. I've used a few different ones, so I'm not going to know which ones they are, but I'm going to go use the plugin to try and get them to match up again. So I'm going to import all of the shots that I've taken. We can see here that can change considerably from what's there in the back of the camera. And obviously some of the shots worked out and some of them didn't. But there is a broad range of different film emulations used throughout the set of images. So I'm going to import these now, and then I'm going to take a look at the profiles in each one. And then I'm going to use the jb-xlr plugin to match what was the original profiles from the camera. So here I am in Develop, and if we go down here to the camera calibration panel, we can see that Adobe Standard is selected. If we go to the next image, we can see it's also Adobe Standard. Each image here is going to be Adobe Standard because that's what Adobe applies when it brings them in, basically. So when I shot them, I obviously had a range of different camera film simulations applied, but they've all been reduced to Adobe Standard. And this is where the plugin from John Beardress come in, and it's lightroomsolutions.com/jb-xlr. And as it says here, it automatically applies Fujifilm simulations in Lightroom. Fujifilm simulations are camera settings that give JPEG files a look based on well-known Fujifilm stocks such as Velvia or Provia. You can see them briefly in Lightroom's import dialog and in the library, but then Adobe's RAW conversion takes over. Well, you can use Develop's camera calibration panel to apply a profile, which Adobe modelled on Fuji styles. What if you used a variety of film simulations? How do you know which one you use for any photo? XLR solves that problem. So this plugin specifically will apply the profile that you've shot in camera. The site has detected that I'm in Euro, and it shows the introductory price as €14.83. This is a special offer that includes tax with 33% off, which ends on the 14th of June. Let's have a look at it in operation. So if we go to the plugin manager, so I click add to add the plugin. I have a particular folder here which I've created called LR plugins that I keep all my plugins in. So this will now load the plugin. So the plugin is now loaded, so we can see the little logo, X to LR, jb-xlr. You put your registration code in here to stop it being restricted, to take it away from in the trial. You can use a parent keyword so the film simulation can be added. It says a tip here is to use Maker Notes for Mac, Maker Notes for Windows to put the simulations at the top of the keyword list. The little underscore and a squiggle do that for them. You can create a snapshot when it's run, and that's what's get used. Basically, jb-xlr gets used as part of the name. Run without dialog box. We'll see in a second what the dialog box looks like, but you can opt to run that so the dialog box doesn't show and just automatically applies the profiles and presets. And then there's a translate option as well. You can also check for updates. You can also create a log if you request it, if you're having problems. Next, you can see where it is on the disk, and then there'll be some plugin author tools. That's if you need to reload it. And then some information, just who's been acknowledged in it and what's being used to do it. So I'm going to click done. So from here, I'm going to press G to go to grid. I already have all of the images selected here. So I'm going to go File, Plugin Extras, and apply the film simulation profile to selected photos. So this will bring up the dialog box. Now this is the first time I've run it, obviously, so it can take a little bit to run the first time. So as we can see here, we have all of the kind of film simulations in here. But as well as these, you can select to have them apply or not. And the CP has now been added. But you can also choose to add a develop preset at the same time if you want. So I'm not going to select that at the moment. In other options, you can read the ratings from the raw file as well. You can add a snapshot, which we've seen the name of before. And you can also save the EXIF data extracts in the documents folder if you want. There's a whole lot of things that can be enabled along with it as well. So you can add the film simulation as a keyword, and you can add all the Maker Note information, but they're non-exportable keywords. In this case, I'm literally just going to run it so that it applies all of the profiles. So now we can see here, if I come down here, it's extracting the information. So it's telling you what's going on. So as you can see here, we got the dots showing up to show that things are changing. So we have 72 photos here. And as we go through, we can see that the thumbnails are changing here to mean that an edit has been applied. Okay, so that's done. So I'm going to double click into this first image here. And I'm going to press D for develop. And I'm going to look at our camera calibration tab. So we can see here that this is now changed to camera pro neg. And if I go through here, camera pro neg as well. And here's a Provia shot. A couple of shots in Provia. And there's a Velvia shot. Here's another Velvia shot. I'm going to move through. I shot some in black and white as well. So back there we have a classic chrome. I saw one there. So this was shot in classic chrome. So as you can see, I've shot a whole range of them. And I'm just going to go out to the grid for a second. And hopefully they will have updated and we'll see one of the black and white ones. Here we go. So we can see this is now in Acros. I've shot a range of simulations there, and as we can see, the plugin has successfully applied the correct simulation to each image. So you use a lot of different simulations, especially if you were out and about and you were doing stuff where you were shooting in Acros and shooting in a colour like Velvia, for example, for cityscapes. This is very useful so that you can get them exactly the same way as before. Often if I'm shooting behind the scenes stuff, I might shoot them in black and white, and people will see the back of the camera in black and white. And then when they see the image in colour, they're like, oh, I much prefer that in black and white. You're not relying on remembering which ones you had in black and white or not. This plugin does it automatically for you. So as indicated, there is an introductory offer on it. And if you're a Fuji user and find this interesting, I do highly, highly recommend it. Now, John has given me an affiliate option on this, but I haven't used it as yet. So this is where you go to it to get it directly, which is lightroomsolutions.com/jb-xlr. As always, folks, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you want to get notifications of new videos, just hit the bell. I'm trying to get stuff out most days where I can. depending on what other work is on. Thanks again for watching.